Then read another thing. Inna a'tayna kal kawthar. Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala says, O Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam, I have bestowed on thee Al-Kawthar. Now, nowadays, Muslims, because of their ignorance, many of them, or almost all of them probably, think that Al-Kawthar is a pond or a tank somewhere in Al-Jannah. They do not even understand what Al-Jannah can be because of their very limited notions. They try to conceive everything even of the other world physically. Ask the commentators of the Quran as to what Al-Kawthar means. Ask the experts in the Arabic lexicon what Al-Kawthar means. Al-Kawthar means khayrun kathir, good in abundance, good which cannot be measured, good in abundance to a degree that it cannot be measured, something good in an extraordinary measure. I'll give you here an illustration. You may not be able to understand it. Suppose there is a person whose income is 500 rands per month. He has got a family of 10 persons to feed. These 500 rands can just make him live a sort of contented life and just to pull on. Now this person can hardly give 5 rands to another person as charity. Or it may be considered as the capacity of a pious Muslim or a pious good person who has a family of that sort and income of that sort that he can give 5 rands to a person in charity. Now if this person who has the income of 500 rands per month, he gives 50 rands instead of 5, or 100 rands, or 200 rands, then it will be said that this man has bestowed Al-Kawthar on that person. This is the implication, mind you. The Al-Kawthar is in terms of the bestower and not of the receiver of gifts. Now this Al-Kawthar, if he gives 100 rands to a person, these 100 rands are like 100 pebbles for a multimillionaire. If a multimillionaire gives the same amount of 100 rands to a person, you will never say it is Al-Kawthar. You will say he is Bakhil. You see? For a multimillionaire, he should give at least 500,000 or 1 million, you see. Then it might be said that he is now walking on the way of Al-Kawthar, bestowing good in abundance. So it goes. Now what is that Al-Kawthar which has reference to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala? What is good in abundance, extraordinarily immeasurable in its quantity, with reference to the infinite God? Can you measure that good? Inna a'tayna kal kawthar. Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala says to His beloved Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, I have bestowed on thee Al-Kawthar from my side. Who is bestowing it? The possessor of the treasures of the heavens and the earth. What will be Al-Kawthar in comparison to the majesty of God? Where can you measure it? Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala did not bestow Al-Kawthar on anyone else. And here a point is here a point is clarified. It is said in the authentic hadith that the Holy Prophet ﷺ will intercede for the sinners on the day of judgment under the permission of God. And he will liberate from hell a very large number of those who have been convicted under divine judgment. People do not try to understand its implication. It is not that the law of God will be broken there. No. It is not that God will sentence those people to go to hell and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ just for a word will take them out of it. This is against the majesty of God. The Prophet ﷺ has been given good or virtue in such tremendous abundance that he will spend out of it and give it to those sinners in order that they may make their balance equal. You see, they may come to the credit side and get out of it. If a person is sent to jail because he owed 500 rands to someone and he can't pay it, so the government sends him to jail. If you can't pay it, then stay in prison and bear the punishment. His friend comes to know about it. He goes to the government and says, what? 500 rands. You have sent my friend to jail. Here are the 500 rands. What can the government say? What can the government say? I say it's a simple thing. The Holy Prophet ﷺ will intercede for the sinners, not by way of joke, not on the basis of any formality, not by breaking the law of God. He is the possessor of Al-Kawthar. Because he is the possessor of Al-Kawthar, he has good in his possession, in his store, bestowed on him by God, which is his property. He will go and distribute charity out of it in hell. Anybody who has even got the slightest trend towards virtue in him, the slightest ray of hope that he is redeemable, he will get this from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Naturally will come out the moment he comes to the credit side. This is what the Quran says. فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ. This is what the Quran says. If the person whose balance is on the debit side, he will go to hell. The person whose balance of good deeds is on the credit side, he will go to heaven. This is what the Quran says. So how to make that balance come to the credit side? You do it here by mutual charity. And Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala, because of His infinite mercy and love for human beings, without breaking His law, He has established this way for mankind to get their emancipation from hell. Through him whom he says, مَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. O Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, I have not sent thee but as a mercy for all the worlds and in all the worlds. He is a mercy here for us as our guide, and he will be a mercy for us in the world to come. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم.